It's really any snack between main meals. So it's anything that you have during the day which is not breakfast, lunch or dinner is a fika, or could be a fika. Most of the time it would be like a sweet pastry, a bun, something like that, cup of coffee, and potentially in the afternoon you would have a bit more, like maybe a sandwich as well. I sometimes think that people lay too much into the idea of fika, especially like outside of the Nordics now, because it's just such a seemingly trendy thing to talk about. But I mean, it's just the name of a snack in between meals, and it happens to be that in the workplace these sort of moments to snack, which are usually like right in between the main meals like breakfast and dinner, has become like the time where you socialize with your colleagues. And it isn't more than that, actually. I mean, it's like the Scandinavian afternoon tea, you know? I mean, I think that the fika came out of necessity in the past, where people worked really long days in the fields, and they had to work really long days to make the most out of all the sunlight in the summer. And you essentially just had to fuel yourself for like a 16-hour farm shift. So you had the fika breakfast, fika lunch, fika dinner, and fika again. And today it's more of a social thing, something that you would do in the workplace with your friends when you're off, meeting for a cup of coffee and a snack between the main meals. Not 6 times a day. Fika is also, it's a Swedish occurrence. It exists only traditionally in Sweden. The other countries might have their equivalent, but like the word fika is Swedish, and it's a Swedish cultural phenomenon. And then it depends sort of a bit where you're from in Sweden, what kind of fika you will have. But the things that, like the common denominators would be the buns, for example, like cardamom or cinnamon buns would be very common. It will be perhaps some biscuits as well. I mean, their Nordic baking culture has a lot of biscuits in it, hundreds of them, like sweet biscuits. And if it's sort of more, if you're looking for a more filling one, then it will be open-faced sandwiches for sure. 7 sorters kakor. I mean, it's 7 kinds of cookies, or 7 kinds of biscuits, really, if you take it literally. But it's considered the appropriate amount of sweet pastries to offer someone if they come to visit you for a fika. And I mean, like my grandparents' generation, they would still do that, definitely. And I don't think it's quite as common today, or it isn't quite as common as today as it used to be. And I think that today you're perfectly fine if you only offer a bun too, but that would have been considered a bit cheap. But I mean, most of those biscuits and things, they keep for a while, so you would have those in tins. And then I think, 1 cake and 1 bun, always fresh. I think that's sort of the way it used to be, and that's the way it still is. Like in my parents' house, there will always be buns, for example, and they will have them in the freezer and they will defrost them.